almost teasing an elbow, an arm. Going for it now, and he finds the frag. Not even touched. 2 kills for Guardian so far, holding an angle towards Connector now. Double peek with Edward there in position as well. That smoke coming down from the CTs will allow them to get into position, but they don't have much to offer really. Kiyashima alone with the deagle and not much else. Running through the smoke, burst fire to finish him off. Insult to injury, Dan.
Yeah, I mean, that's just looking so strong. And I mean, one thing there is like how calm Edward was in some of these initial engagements. Like he missed his first burst or two with the AK, but he so calmly just repositions his reticle and just gets to the frag. It's very calm and confident from Navi at the moment. Envyus, we know that they can bring it back pretty hardcore whenever, if they get the opportunity to do so, and now could be one of those opportunities. Double up again. Can they make it work this time?
Back on the buy, back with the nades, back with the double orbs. The French side, Navi been playing a good game with double peaks, looking to trade worst case scenario. The similar setups coming here towards Ivy. Will Kiyashima go for the peak once again? He's got smokes, he's got HEs, he's going to play the safe game now. And that's such a deep smoke that they can throw nades behind it. Envy's been taken down with a P250. C's has been solid so far in this tournament, and that is not a good start for Envy. Down to 2 orbs and M4, they can get a lot of work done with these, but if Navi go for a fast push together, they might not have the versatility with the orbs to stop a rush into the site, and they don't have the numbers anymore. Happy and Apex. Navi charging towards a 0-8. Guardian with the shoulder peek there. Happy unable to punish. Nothing's working for Envy. Are we going to get a tactical pause in soon?
I mean, it's really weird. I mean, for example, let's just look at that kill from Guardian onto Happy just there. What is Happy thinking? Jumping straight, like just a straight jump. It's the angle where, he just had an AWP. I don't know if that's, if he accidentally pressed jump, if he really meant to do it like that, but he's going to have a lot of hang time, and Guardian's one of the fastest guns in the West.
He fell off the coil. He can't get back up there unless he jumps, but does he jump up back up
yeah,
there?
but you should never do that, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
you've got Guardian there.
But it's Happy, that's what he does. He has W, there's no D.
Well, the interesting thing is that previously it was the defensive prowess of Apex and NBK, which were the 2 big performances that really vaulted the Envyus lineup.
There's no S, because D would send him to the right there, but S is backwards. There's no S. I'm sure there is a D. I'm not going to check myself.
You just wanted to say D.
Not going to check myself, of course.
Either way, I mean, what do you think? What do you interpret this to be? Do you interpret this just to be a bit of a breakdown within Envyus, or do you think it's just it's mostly about how well Navi are playing and the fact that they've not given many opportunities so far for Envyus?
I think it's easy to say that the team who are losing are failing all the time, right? That's the go-to. That's the easy one. Not to say that's not the case, but what I'm focusing on is the way Navi are working together. Like, with 2 rounds in a row, we've basically seen the same double peak. Towards Ivy, for example. It worked the first time. Kiyashima tried to adjust the second time, then sees kill someone through the smoke. There's not a lot you can do about that.
That's one of those things that just happens, doesn't it? It's just, well, what do I do? I mean, you can't really do anything against that. That's just luck of the draw.
I mean, for me, like, the smoke was so deep that I think it would be worth throwing a HE if there was one, because they have such limited time to deal with it that you might get some value out of that. But again, you can get shot through the smoke while throwing that HE. So what do Envy change? I mean, you saw them try on Cobblestone to aggressively take the main, for example, towards the plateau, and so on, to try and cut off parts of the bomb site. I don't know how much they can really do with that. Maybe we'll see them trying to push through T-main on this map. Like, often you see people try and control it with smokes and flashes, but sometimes you see people put a guy in there, which will make things harder for Guardian. We've seen him AWPing from that position before, so for the rounds where they do have some utility on their CT side, perhaps they can get a pop flash in there and try and put someone in there. I wouldn't recommend going up pop, because that's probably going to end up in death more times than not.
Yeah, it's a pretty hard call at this point, but we're about to see the action, and back to the booth, and back to the action. We have the Cosy buy from Envyus again. They're on the max loss bonus, of course, and here we go. Bit of damage in. Apex with a fast frag onto Flamey, the trade. And it's actually kind of hard for Navi to get out of the yard. And Edward making a difference though. He's able to give a lot of space to his team, as now Guardian is now unleashed, let out of the gates, uncaged. And he is ruthless. MBK though, fighting back for a moment, picking up the AK. Unfortunately, there were no bullets, and that sucks. But he will be able to do a bit of damage, but he will go down. And, well, that's kind of how the round was always going to go.
Even though Envy are 0 to 9 down, they're still giving themselves, you know, the high five slaps, trying to keep the good spirits in the booth.
Yeah,
which is important, and that's good to see. So no tactical pause just yet. Got the full buy coming in, the double ups again. So let's see if they're going to go and try and take a bit of aggression, but they're not going to be given the chance because Navi are going to have 2 people out of A main immediately, and that's an angle where generally the CTs can get a peek on there from connector first. But there we go, Happy getting the first kill. Kishima moving into position. May not know that there's somebody just around the corner though. Flamey, can he punish? Navi are 2 men down here, but there are very heavily tagged players on the CT side, and there's one of those nades I'm talking about in the reverse direction, but it does the job for Navi.
Yeah, so Navi need to get out of the yard now. They're going to try to do so. As he's trying to entry, shut down by Kiyoshima, and that's going to be an issue. The bomb can't get out of the choke point too easily there. Flamey is going to get the support from Seized, but Seized's efforts are put to a halt. As now Flamey tries to work his magic. But being 1 versus 3 is not easy on this bomb site or any bomb site.
Have a look at his money though. He's got 10,000 in the bank, so absolutely worth him trying to do as much damage as possible. Even with that kill, NBK has 3.5k in the bank, so you can see the economical difference between these 2 teams now. If Navi win this round, Envy's loss bonus gets reset. They get 1,400. On top of whatever money you're seeing here, which means life is going to suck, Dan. They're going to have no ketchup on their hot dogs, no relish on their bratwurst.
Yeah, I mean, dare I say that if they lose this round, then if they get reset,
there will be no cheese in a baguette, Dan.
Yeah, sans fromage.
Foie gras will be a myth.
So here we go. Let's see if Envyus can bring themselves back into this. They have to. This is a must-win round if they get reset. Navi going to have such an insane advantage on rounds. It's going to be almost impossible for Envyus to come back. Now, again, as James mentioned, you've seen the double peek. You can't see on the camera, but on the minimap, there's a double peek going on towards the alley once again. And it has been a dynamic that now Envyus have decided to say, okay, we're going to send Kenny S now to do that job. So they've made an adaptation in positioning to try to account for this. And Navi aren't finding anything on alley just yet. And it has been a bit of a gold mine for them for early round advantages previously. But Envyus with their passive play are going to be forcing Navi to just make a play soon because they're Navi running out of time.
Navi running out of time is the perennial story. It is the law of the Navi side. Just starting to emerge through Ivy, trying to get a pick, but Envy are not giving them the picks. And there we go, Kishima playing close to main, which could be important. Edward holding an angle there, 30 seconds left as Navi start to emerge. Have Envy identified what the plan is here? You've still got Happy deep in the B bomb site. They have no idea what's going on. And look at Caesar's position. Down goes Kenny S. Is there a trade? There's no trade. 3 players down. The entire A side is open. And Navi have done it. 15 seconds left. The bomb's surely going to go down. The choke point is smoked off. And Envy indeed will have no cheese for their baguette stand.
Okay, so Navi, they put everything up to chance. They just Navi things, right? They, as you said, they leave it to have like 15 seconds left to plant the bomb, and by the time they plant the bomb, there's like 10 seconds left. What if one of those players dies and the bomb gets just a little bit delayed? That's the round over.
Welcome to Navi, buddy. Welcome to Navi.
They just get 3 immediate kills. What happened for Envyus to not be able to even make good of one of those engagements? That's crazy.
For those of you who don't have any cheese for your baguettes at home, a good alternative is honey on top of some butter. So do with that what you will.
Blech.
In the meantime,
sounds horrendous.
Envyus are going to have 2 rifles from what little money they had on top of that loss bonus.
Wow.
Going to have 3 5.7s. Indeed it is. It stops them from being able to peak that position, but NBK is smart enough to react, and the trades are going the way of the CTs despite their limited utility. They've got a man advantage here. We'll see if they can pick up a rifle a bit later on. The bomb is down, and Happy's willing to just stand here and hold the angle. He might have a double peek at the same time. He's going to go down to Guardian. Advantage to Navi. Only Kishima remains, and we are looking at a whitewash first half then.
Yeah. No, wow, nice shots by Kiyoshima. Can he get the last? No! It's going to be seized. Picking up that kill. Kiyoshima trying to do something incredible, but stopped at the last hurdle, and now it's going to be, as you said, a pretty damn crazy strong half for Navi. There's no way they're not going to be finishing on like 12 or 13 rounds at this point. And oh my goodness, of course, you know, the T side is a little bit easier, but is it this kind of deficit easier? I wouldn't say so. Another force up from Envyus. They're just trying to get rounds posted now. They don't care about their buy anymore.
Indeed, there's no turning back for them now. They have to buy. They have to spend like they won the lottery. They definitely haven't, looking at what they have in the bank. Guardian up close. It's going to finish NBK with no emotion. And it's another round where we're seeing Envy eliminated 1 by 1. They've got 1 kill so far. We can't count them out based on what Kiyoshima did in the previous round. Almost getting around for his team. 1 round would double the score of Envy, which is a pretty sad sight when we're on round 13. You can hear the support for the Navi players. Down goes Kiyoshima. Kenyes, is he soon to follow? Shallow graves for the Envy players on train.
This crowd is very hyped for Navi. Nice.
That
Navi
jumper is far too big for that guy.
It is, isn't it? Maybe he's wearing, maybe he likes to wear loads of stuff under it, James.
We may never know that.
In which case it would be suitable.
12 to 1. We will see what Envy have to offer us in terms of weaponry. Kiyoshima limited down to a scout. Again, the 5.7s, the CZs on the Envy side. They said they had a new approach, but it seems to have been figured out very quickly by Navi.
Navi just winning all their, like, every engagement just goes their way, all the important ones. Because, you know, the important ones are the ones that give you the positioning and take space away from the other team. Those are the important kills. That's what an entry kill generally is going to refer to, entering into an area. So here we go. Yes, going very close with that 5-7. Gets caught by the sprayer. Sees once again this guy proves that he is the king of the smoke kills.
I'm fairly certain he would have heard that nade collide with Kenyes and give the game away there for Kenny. Very unfortunate for him.
Yeah, it's a really tough ask now for Envyus. Do they take a risk? Do they just sit tight? That's the problem with Train. You can't really easily push as the CTs. And boom, quick flash. Sees, delivers Kiyoshima from this world. Sends him straight to the next. And right now, James, it looks like, unless Envyus can scrap together something in this round, they're going to have an unceremonious exit to this best of 3, more so than Zinedine Zidane.
Navi have